will the watch survive into the future? Do you think this is going to be something
I thought a couple of years ago that it wouldn't. I thought digital watches were starting to come, like the Apple Watch, what I'm wearing now, Garmin's, put in here whatever digital watch you have. And I thought, yeah, okay, this is the absolute end of watches as we know it. And I started to see like brands, Fossil, Tag, Go, keep their watches, so like their brand, but partner up and make digital watches as well. Which I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe that's going to be the evolution. So if you really want to keep watches, you'll go down that front. But I don't know if it's been that I'm not seeing it enough or the media around it is going down, but I've just been hearing less and less and less about watches. And even anecdotally myself, I've almost started to be tempted to be like, maybe I'd go back to just a normal watch to wear as opposed to a digital watch. I'm not saying I'm fully transitioned back over again, but I think that there is something to a classic timepiece, and that might continue on beyond maybe the trend right now of having a digital watch. Because I think the digital watch trend at the moment is like, well, it's digital. It lasts, let's just say, a long time. Technically, for a battery, let's say a week or longer with something like this. But you can also see like a barometer, and maybe you could see your messages, and you can see etc. But what if that transitions to I don't know, whatever you want, like augmented reality with a ring or with a
something like
contact lens that does all of that anyways. So all of a sudden it's like, well, everything that you would be doing that on the watch, you don't really need to do it anymore. You've got this other thing to do it. And so perhaps then it starts to feel like it's more obsolete and people go back to the original, like, okay, cool, well, it's a timepiece and it's just beautiful in that regard. So I think once upon a time, a couple of years ago, I would have thought, yeah, it's going to go away. But now I'm starting to think, oh, perhaps not. Perhaps it will stick around for a long time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm well, personally, we have already talked about how bad we are at predictions, but personally, I would never get a digital watch. I don't think that would ever be in the cards for me. But I have been very tempted by the idea. Now, this is not to say that I would actually enjoy it in practice, but tempted by the idea of a pocket watch on a chain. I really think that would be fun. And the reason that I say this is, one is when I put on the weight belt that I used to have, well, I still have, but I don't use as much nowadays, but half a year ago I was using it all the time. And it's essentially just a belt you put around your waist, and then it's got a chain hanging off it, and you use that to feed through weights. And whenever I had taken the weights off, but I would still keep the belt on, I would just swing it around, the little chain, so it was the same size as what a pocket watch would be. And when I see people in movies and stuff just swinging it, I'm like, man, that looks so, it's just something to do with your hands. It looks so fun. And then you swing it around and it wraps around your hand, you look at it, and then you can unravel it. I just think that is so cool. Now the problem is, I feel like if you're going to do that, you need to dress appropriately with it.
Correct.
If you're just hanging around with a pocket watch, I think that would look strange. I think it would be a bit bizarre. But if you had maybe some classical early 20th century, sort of like, I'm thinking like Peaky Blinders type of dress.
Then it would be real cool.
Yeah. So that would be probably the only way I would do it. I would have to fully commit. I would have to fully commit to a Peaky Blinders character.
Yep.
I like their hats. They look pretty gangster as well.
I do like the setup.
So, and then I think I would enjoy the intricacy of the little clockwork. I'm so unmechanical myself, so not good at hands-on mechanical things, but I do have an appreciation for those little things that work beautifully.